Well, hello everybody. It's me, Nana, and this is something I'd been cooking up in my mind for several days as soon as I saw these little frames. And yes, it came to life. Welcome to Nana's Design Studio. Let's get started, shall we? First, E6000 fabric fuse. What a miracle! Command strips, another miracle, and my 99-cent Moo. I love it. I love it. I got this back at Easter, Walmart, half price sale, yes. And Walmart, $1.50 a yard. Can you believe it? It couldn't get better. And of course, my Dollar Tree frames. As soon as I saw those, I thought, I've got to use those. Some nice Aleene's tacky glue, some E6000, well, Dollar Tree version, and 2 foam core boards from Dollar Tree as well. It doesn't get any better, guys. And now, this is my miracle as well. I discovered it. And here we go. This is it. We're going to make our message center. Now, we're going to get ready by taking our material, and this is where you make the decision. 2 boards are necessary to keep it nice and strong, but you don't have to cover both of them. I've done it both ways for different projects, but in this project I decided I wanted one only. I wanted the frame of the foam core board behind the material rather than wrap both. It's easy to do. You can wrap both. You just skip this part right here. Now, I've never used E6000 fabric fuse, but I will tell you, I am a believer. All you have to do is make sure you put enough, put it down with a brush and keep it equal, and make sure you attach that fabric to the foam core. It will save you later because we're putting things on it and we don't want the fabric to pull away from the foam core. So it's very important. I double down on the top where I knew there would be a lot of pressure, and you just put it on there. I'm finding out that that fabric fuse is so beautiful. I made sure there's less than 3 inches around. One of those is a little bit too big, but that's okay. But I would suggest 2 to 3 inches is all you need. And then we're going to put, again, the fabric fuse. And the important part is to not have too much bulk. So once you put your first flap in, you're going to want to reduce the bulk when you bring in the second flap. So what I mean here is, okay, we've got our first flap. This is going to be what I consider a first flap before you join it with the second. So the first flap is easy. You cut away the corner to reduce the excess, just like you would with paper crafting. So we're going to put it in. We're going to put it down nice and firm without pushing. And then see here, we're going to reduce and fold in as well as you can, and then fold it over on top of itself. The ones that are too big, I kind of use extra glue, but here you just fold it in, continuously folding, putting enough pressure, and boom, all you got to do from that point is put some extra glue down, paint it in so that you don't have any clumps. You want everything smooth, and then push that down. And again, put a little bit, brush it down with a little excess. Whatever comes out, brush it down with the brush on the fabric itself, onto the foam core, and you have a nice, smooth, bulk-free, and you don't want any bumps. Any bumps will keep it from fusing really good to the other one. Now, I let this sit for 4 hours, and I'll be honest with you, I put a bunch of stuff on top of it to make sure it would get flat. We want it as flat as possible because we know we're dealing with foam core, and we want to make sure that the fabric is attached very well, and we have that. Now it's time to bring the 2 boards together. Again, we're going to use Aleene's tacky glue. It's a very strong glue, but you want to make sure there's no bumps because any bumps will make it release later on. So I'm getting it out as much as I can. I don't buy a lot of Aleene's because it gets old if you don't use it and it gets kind of thick. So I only buy the smaller containers. And here's our, this is our secret weapon, and that is the Dollar Tree adhesive, and that's just for the corners. You want that only on the corners to make sure that where it fuses with the fabric will be a good hold. And I've had it for about 48 hours now, the finished product, and it is holding very well. Again, that brush is very important. I started using the rough bristle brush for the Dollar Tree adhesive because it's really thick. Again, this is where another important part is. We want it flat, we want it really close together, and we want it straight. So I kind of just cheated, turned it on its side, held it together, and you see how much I'm pulling down? Excuse my head, but this is very important. You want to make sure that every part of that board it holds on to the other board. And this is 3 to 4 hours after I did that. I piled a bunch of stuff on it to make sure it was flat, and it is. It's as flat as it can be. It's beautiful. It is ready to get. Okay, so it was 2 hours later because we took off and we came back. Now this is another secret weapon. This is a special, it's a photo hanging, a frame hanging thing from Command, and all you do is, it's Velcro. So you put the bottom side on first, and then you put the Velcro part on, and you just leave it there. I'm putting 4 across the top. I'm not putting it in anywhere else. I didn't want to have to worry about it not fusing properly. So I'm putting 4 across, like on every 4th position on the board, the top of the board. And I'm doing that before I attach anything. That way I don't have to worry about the bulk when I do. I'm laying everything out the way I want it before I start. And then I'm kind of taking all the paper off and making sure that the little clips on the frames are straight. And this, again, one of the easiest projects I've ever made. The only problem was I had to think it through before I started, and everything you see is really after, you know, days of thinking it through, making sure that what I'm going to do is going to last, for one, and not be a waste of material. So we want to take off this little latch. I don't know what it is. It makes the frame stand up. It's pretty easy. We've done this before, right? We've been down this road. You want to take it off, but you don't have to worry about the whole thing coming off because there's a little lip there, so it doesn't stand up off the board. And here again is our wonderful, I am so in love with this. Once I put this down, it stayed because it's liquid enough. It goes through the material, goes through the fabric, and hangs on to the foam core board. You see that I'm straightening everything up because I'm doing this all by eyeball. And if you put it straight away to something that you know is straight, and then you can eyeball it straight with the material, like I have a straight pattern as well, so it made it a lot easier. So I'm just counting the pattern. And then there's a little bit stuff that starts squeezing out, and I use that thing that we took off, the stand part of the frame, and it's working perfect as like a spatula. Now here's a trick that I learned though. You want to put the glue in the center of the back of the frame. I'm not doing a good job of it, but as much to the center as you can so you get as little bleed through, as little squishy coming out. But believe it or not, see, I touched the first one that I put down. It's already stuck. It's stuck. But if I want it, I'm giving myself a little bit of extra, I don't know, security by putting something heavy on it so it doesn't warp, because it is a quite kind of liquid glue. And you know, paper and liquid, they just warp. So here we go. That's the third one. We have a straight row. Everything's working. I'm going to the top, and you just do it all over again. So everything else is down. We're just going to put Mr. Moo Moo down. And I'm making sure that we get that, that rope on. And it's pretty easy. It's not rocket science here. You just kind of eyeball it to where you want it to hang. And guys, that's it. I let it sit for a while because Mr. Moo Moo was a little bit of a difficulty. What you could also put here, if you don't have a Moo Moo, is again, maybe a circular cork board, or what also fit here was a frame from Dollar Tree with the rooster. I'm sure you've seen it, but it's a frame from the rooster, and it looks really good there too. I didn't put anything, I didn't change our little frames there with the bull clip because I thought it fit the place just as well. But you could also put fabric there. You could put paper there, you know, put as the frame. You could put anything you like. The problem is that the clasp will get in the way, but you know, there's always getting around that. But it is perfect the way that it is. I'm putting a little extra fabric fuse where the Moo Moo, because he's so big, is trying to lift. But like I said, the glue goes through the fabric and hits the foam core underneath, and it just stays there. Look at that. It is good. Guys, this was easy. It was fun. It was something that was in my head all along. Please enjoy the pictures. If you like this, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is so much fun. I have to say, it's wonderful when something comes to life that you've been thinking about. And remember, it brings color because, guys, I have it between two rooms, between my kitchen and my office, and boom, it's ready to go. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.